Good morning. So today is July 28th. We're almost done with July, and then going into August, and then September, which is autumn, right? But it's a long time, so we'll see. So anyway, so you're supposed to be working on your final, okay? And it shouldn't take long. I mean, really, I calculated that you should only take like an hour or two, maybe. If it's really, really deep. I know that sometimes, at least for me, when I write, I really have to sort of research some stuff and then just really sit on it and then think about what I'm going to write in order to get inspired, right? And then sometimes I have writer's block. I actually write really well, and I'm a writer, but so the fluidity of the writing comes very easily to me. But sometimes I get writer's block, or when I get writer's block, it's because I have not structured my ideas and I really don't know what to say, and I really don't know how to say it. So that's part of the problem of having writer's block. And so usually I'll just sit it out and then wait, and then I'll do whatever it is that I do. Like I've told you all. I couldn't talk. I told you all that I run and I walk. So it's usually through those running and walking that I come up with my complete paragraphs, okay? And then sometimes when I have important emails that I'm going to write, it usually comes through that time. And so when I'm walking near my house, I sometimes have to take a pit stop and then write whatever it is that I need to write, because once it's gone, it's gone. It's sort of like a dream. Once you don't write the dream down and you sort of go back to sleep, or you want to reference it back, you can't, because you can't remember. Same deal with writing. You think you're going to remember, so you can't. So sometimes I'll take a break and then break up my 2.5 miles, and so I'll go back to the house and then write down whatever it is that I need to write down, or write the email that I need to write, right? Because I always think about what it is that I'm going to say in the email. It has to be precise, it has to be professional, and then it has to be with clarity, and it has to be direct, okay? Without, sometimes they have to be very specific and very down and nitty gritty, but they can't seem like it's impolite or like you're condescending. So it's a huge complexities of sending emails, especially when you're in the profession of whatever it is that you're doing professionally, right? So sometimes I just sit it out and then allow and do whatever it is that I regularly do, and then once I get illuminated, right, or inspired, then I go and write it, and then the fluidity of the writing comes quickly, because I've already what it really is. The inspiration really comes from you organizing your thoughts and your ideas and what it is that you wish to communicate after you have done that. So it really is a huge process, and the writer's block and the ability to not have the ability to write has to do with maybe some sense of not being fully structured and organized, okay? So at the moment that the writer's block ceases to exist, it means that you already have a specific idea, and you've already formulated whatever it is that you want to say and convey through the message. So it should be really, really easy. I hope you guys are doing well. For those of you probably, some of you have probably never heard that song before, so we'll see. I had a lot of comments yesterday. I can feel the love, and I hope that you all can too from on my end. So we all love each other, so that's the best thing, right? So just, to have a really good term. So we're about to, finish off our term, and I was a little nostalgic, even though we don't see ourselves physically, and I really don't see your all's faces. It is through the communication and the YouTube that I got to know you, and, I always have my early, people, and then the ones that are always there, and then the ones that are always communicative, and then the other ones that, are not. So even though I don't see you, every day, I do know of you, and I do know how you are, and there has been an incredible relationship for that. And so I'm very blessed, and I'm very happy that we have the YouTube, because that is a constant communication that we have, and we can, our personalities come out through it, through that, and Teams and everything we do. So very blessed, right? That in spite of the constraints and the obstacles and challenges that we have had because of the pandemic and not being able to see each other, that we found a way to really communicate and really, connect, right? Because it's important to have connectedness. And most importantly, and I didn't mean for this to be a really, really long video, but most importantly also, there is a huge sense of respectability on both our ends, and there's a huge sense of professionalism. So I'm very, very, very pleased, because that in of itself is a skill that you have to acquire, and that you have to build, and you have to work on. So you will all, and most of you have already had your careers and your professions, and you're going into another stage in your life, and so you already know, but but you know, going into a career and being professional and being polite and getting stuff done and being a person of your word, and you know, and going through challenges. We've gone through challenges, right? The Cengage didn't go, and so it was about problem solving, will be such a good thing for you for the rest of your life. So this is sort of a work in progress, and even though you think you haven't learned a lot, you've learned a lot that you can't physically see right now, right? But you will eventually understand it as you go through your life and you go through your career and you go through your process of this journey of life that we have. Because school is not school, life is school, and we're here to learn about ourselves, about our journey, about becoming the best that we can be. Namaste. Love and light. Ciao.